All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We got another playoff match here for you guys today. This is NECC Division 7 Overwatch here in the Midwest region. I'm your host today, the infamous JV Man JV, coming back to the mic, and I am actually here with a very special guest today. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, yeah, I am Lorecrafter. I was on the former league team. I've been doing a little bit of streaming here and there, and I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, we're all excited here for Lorecrafter to come join us on stream today. And with a rare two-person cast, we're going to be coming to you with NECC playoff action. This is the semifinals for the Central Division, again for Division 7. BVU White, they're actually the last NECC team remaining here for BVU this spring semester.
Yeah, at this point, most of our teams, the seasons are kind of wrapping up. But yeah, our Overwatch has been doing pretty good, so I'm hoping we're going to see a good showing here tonight.
And let's get after it. We'll get you your rosters at the end of round one, as we usually do. And Atheon is going to start things off on Zarya today. A lot of lasers going on. And Potato Person running Reinhardt. So we have the tanks of Reinhardt and Potato Person fighting each other today.
Yeah, right now we can see him kind of getting in there, getting into the action.
Yeah, Potato Person, they're starting to go crazy. 2 kills, 3 kills for Potato Person. Atheon goes down, and wow, the big Reinhardt hammer. You know, you don't always assume that Reinhardt is one of those great characters, but Potato Person is trying to prove us wrong today.
Yeah, they're really getting in there. He's got the sorry, got something in my throat. Haven't had a lot of water today. But yeah, as he got his shield's going up.
Yeah, his shield is certainly going up, trying to push out BVU. Again, this is Milwaukee School of Mines. I don't know if I said that yet. The Raiders of Milwaukee, School of Mines, sorry. The School of Engineering. I'm thinking of South Dakota right now. And Potato Person is just, look at all this space they're taking up here, Lorecrafter.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing is that the Reinhardt, being a tank, you would usually expect him to, be getting up in here. He's getting up in there now, but they were kind of playing back a bit.
Yeah, I threw out a big earth shaker. Oh, and he throws Atheon off the map. Potato Person is not acting like a potato. This is some crazy gameplay we're seeing out from Reinhardt. And again, Reinhardt not usually a well-known character, but now we're going to the Reinhardt ditto. Atheon must have just seen how cool Potato Person was and decided to run Reinhardt themselves.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes out for them.
Yeah, let's get this fight. Here we go. Our first Reinhardt fight here in the middle of the point. 68% and counting here for the Raiders, but your Beavers are trying their best. But Blix takes them down. Of all people, Juno taking down our tank. And all of a sudden, another team fight here for the Raiders. And they're at 72% after they reclaim the point here from BVU White.
Yeah, this is not looking too hot for us right now. But let's see if we can turn this around here.
Going to need maybe an early pick. That would go a long ways, perhaps, here for BVU White. And I think P-Man is starting to go around. Maybe they are trying to do some shenanigans.
Yeah, see if
from
they
behind.
see if they can take a good flank there.
We'll have to watch out as Atheon takes another fight, but Tail Spear and Potato Person, along with Squish Cat and the Reaper Blossom, take another big team wipe and 100% to just 9 here for the Raiders early. And it's going to be 1-0 again here from Milwaukee School of Engineering. Lorecrafter, what did you see there from that first round?
Yeah, as I said, when I was looking at this, what I'm seeing is a lot of, it seems like BVU is almost taking some fights, but they're not sticking together in the fights. So they're going in and we're getting picked off, and then we're just not able to scale our way back and just kind of claw our way back.
Yeah, always got to be unified. We're going to go into this team fights, and let's get your rosters here for today. Starting with the Milwaukee School of Mines, we're going to start things off with Tail Spear, Squish Cat, Potato Person, Rebel, and Blix. And of course, for your BVUY, your usual roster for them, Kicks, this is P-Man, Atheon, Ninja Bear, and of course, Iron Giant. Where's a little Iron Giant action? Oh, there we go. Little bit of Iron Giant. Rest in peace. He used to come stream with me, but now he's actually playing the game instead of just commentating with us. Huh? Don't worry. We got Lorecrafter, ladies and gentlemen. So don't be sad. We have just as good a commentary here
I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know if I can quite live up to him. But
Well, we'll have to find out. Atheon switching to Mauga, hoping to maybe do some poke damage or some damage far away from the right heart. Oh, and we're gonna see a big charge in. Big slam from Atheon, but he gets pushed off. Oh no! Atheon goes off the screen once more. And boy, Potato Person has thrown off Atheon. I think that's the third time.
I think so too. As it seems like they have a certain almost like a rivalry at this point with the tanks.
Yeah, they are. I mean, this is not actually the first time they've seen each other, Lorecrafter. They played each other in the regular season. They were both in Central B. And it was a 3-1 victory for the Raiders the first time through. So BVU White's going to have their hands full.
Yeah, they've got a hard match ahead of them, so we'll see how they do.
Let's get back after it. Atheon going to charge right back in. Oh, lands on the point. Couple of people knocked up in the air. Oh, but just not going to do a lot of damage.
Now, what I was saying, I think again, kind of like what we were saying at the end, what I'm noticing is Atheon seems to be in here a lot on his own. A lot of his team seems to be stuck in the back fighting whoever hopped in their back line. And I wonder if that I wonder if he waits a bit, if that might help them get there, like help to secure the point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when your tank walks in, right, as you just said, you gotta be one with your tank. Why is that just so important? Why you gotta be one with your tank?
Well, as one of the big things with, I mean, just the tank role in general is that the tank's job is to, well, tank. They're supposed to be there to help protect your team, and if your tank is in there and you're not protected. And likewise, your tank then, they're just tanking all this damage, but they're not tanking it for anyone. So they don't really have if they don't really have a purpose in there, then like, I mean, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. Kicks just used there all along with P-Man, but Potato Person still survives and they finally go down. Let's hope BVU White can reclaim the point. It is overtime, 99-0, and BVU White with a big use of 2 ults reclaim the point. And I think they did what you just said.
Yeah, no, that's definitely that's a good first step. So now really all they have to do is just do that again and again. I think they can capture the point fully. Take the 1-1.
Looking to force a round 3 here in game 1. Atheon rushes on in. Here we go. Big ult coming out from Potato Person and Rebels. And there's a kill. Rebels takes out Atheon. And now no more tank for BVU White. Everyone's going to try their best, but Tail Spear, Rebel, Squish Cat. I mean, everybody's getting in. Kicks might be the last to go. And a reclaimed point for the Raiders with a big couple of ults coming out from the Raiders. Takes game number 1.
Yeah, look, I think what happened there at the end is as we saw, Atheon he went down, and
he sure did. And kind of what I'm seeing from that last one is the Raiders they saved their ults. I mean, the BVU White, they had no choice but to use all their ults to just take the point. But without any more ults, it's just one more team fight for the Raiders. They were able to take this one home. And so it's going to be 1-0 here after game 1 with a 2-0 round victory here for the Raiders. But we'll be back here momentarily. Make sure you guys don't go anywhere. right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is game 2, currently 1-0 in the favor of the Raiders of the Milwaukee School of Engineering. We're going to be on Blizzard World, and I believe this is hybrid, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not quite sure. I don't really see this map a whole lot, but we're coming back. And Lord Crafter, you just watched the end of that game 1. Do you have anything to comment as we get ready for game 2?
Yeah, like we kind of mentioned a little bit, the one of our biggest issues in that was just kind of sticking together and making sure we were timing all when we were going in and when we were holding and all that. So let's see if we can bring it back. Let's see if we can bring it back around.
Mm-hmm. And let's get it done. Again, full legal name going crazy in the chat right now. Trying to will our Beavers to a win. Remember, this is playoffs, semifinals. So regardless of actually what happens today, BVU White will be able to play again here in a couple of weeks, as win, they go on to the championship, lose, and they get to play for 3rd place.
Yeah, and that is an accomplishment in its own right. They're doing very well this season.
I know all 3 of our Overwatch teams had great seasons, especially in NECC. And let's go get after it. BB, we're going to be on attack first. Red is always attack first on hybrid. I have learned that. I hope everyone knows that I am smart enough to know that now. So let's get after it. And we're going to watch Atheon. They're going to be on Sigma first. Interesting choice as Potato Person running the Domina. And maybe they're trying to counter. I'm not quite sure.
Well, first thing immediately that I'm noticing, it does look like they're doing a better job at least. Poor timing on that, but I'm noticing Atheon, he was getting in there while the rest of his team was behind him supporting. So I think that's a good sign.
Yeah, that's a great thing to look at when we start a game. And remember, this is hybrid, right? So Lord Crafter, I don't know if you know this, but not only do they have to secure a point to begin things off, then they start pushing this payload. You know, kind of like a cart almost, if you will. So really interesting because you got to go quite a ways.
And you got to keep moving with that too. So makes it a little difficult to just sit still and turtle.
Exactly. P-Man now on a point, trying to get some things going on Venture. Venture really good at touching the point and going to ground. And Atheon still running the Sigma, trying to throw these rocks, but boy, it is just really tough to get in there. But our first pick is going to go to P-Man, so maybe we can get some things to go.
No, this is looking a lot better right now. They've almost gotten the entire team kill.
Yeah, 4 of the 5 go down here for the Raiders, and objective is going to be taken by BV White. Big stuff. And again, these picks, you want to talk about these picks. Why are they so important when we go into a team fight here, Lord Crafter?
Well, it's kind of a numbers thing. If you get a pick, then suddenly you turn it from a 5v5 into a 4v5. And once it's a 4v5, you just innately have an advantage. And a lot of times that small advantage can be enough to win you the team fight.
And some of these picks, they go for like they call them squishies, I hear. And these squishies, they're like the healers, right? But if you take away the healers, how are your tanks going to get healed? I know, very smart.
Yep, that's exactly right. The healers, one of the very vital to keeping your team alive, as it were.
All right, let's get after it. We're about halfway through the first objective. P-Man gets a kill on Tail Spear, and so BV White's going to start to push. We have a couple of ults, 3 ults, almost 4 for BV White, 2 for the Raiders.
And by the looks of it, there's the 4th, and the 5th one should be coming up here in just a second. So we've got BV's got all their ults up. So
yeah, we might be seeing those ults coming in here shortly. Oh, Atheon trying just to survive. And they're going to get a Kicks launching the ult. There's 1, there's 2. They're from Kicks, double kill. And now with this big team fight right on the payload, we're going to watch Ninja Bear, Atheon. I mean, everybody's throwing the ults out, and Potato Person finally falls. 5-player kill streak and another team fight as we reach the objective.
Yeah, and there we can see those ults made a big difference in that fight. They, as we saw, Atheon was fighting to survive, and after those ults came down, look at him now.
And yeah, I mean, huge ults. We saw 3 ults come out from BV White, 9 from the Raiders in this ult economy. I mean, boy, I think that was just a great use of all those ults.
I couldn't agree more. They are now now they have to stare down into the ult of the other team though, so we'll see how they can play around that.
And they will have to go through that. But remember, they used all those ults to get the objective, and I don't know if you know this, but the objective actually has the attacking team spawn just a little bit closer, actually, if you reach the objective. So kind of just interesting to see why they used all their ults. And let's get back into this team fight. I'm very excited. What are you thinking about seeing here from this team fight as we try to go around this corner?
Yeah, well, I mean, immediately the thing I noticed is that we had over there one person on the enemy team kind of split apart from their team, which for us is great because if they have one person split off, it makes it so much easier to get that pick and get us to that 4v5.
And we're looking for that 4v5, but Atheon narrowly goes down. Potato Person using that Domina little laser, little shot. I mean, I'm not sure what you would call it, but it takes them down. And BV White, they're going to have to regroup now here.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate. They kind of got pushed back out, and then the other team was able to fully consolidate themselves, regroup.
And the push resumes. Atheon looking for a kill is close, but trying to get Potato Person away from everybody. But Domina is coming on out. Looking for some kills. Atheon just trying to survive here. And it looks like they're going to be able to make it through there. Wow, that was a pretty scary 5 seconds.
That was pretty close, but the other team did use their ults, and, they don't have them anymore.
Yeah, and Lordcraft is right. No ults here for the Raiders. Ninja Bear kicks, both letting it go through. They're letting it rip. Trying to take everybody they can. Atheon has the Sigma ult, just deciding not to use it. And wow, even with all those ults from BV White, they really didn't make it that far.
No, they really didn't. I mean, there goes Atheon's ult, but I think at this point he might have held it a little bit too long. I think if he used it a little sooner, they might have been able to push through and get that last little bit that they were looking for.
Yeah, with Kicks and Ninja Bear using their ults, almost would have made sense to pair it here with Atheon's ult, but you're right. Just maybe held it a little bit too long. So now we're still stuck here around this corner. And boy, this team fight really just keeping Atheon away. The Raiders are doing a great job.
Yeah, no, they're keeping that those kind of like front people, those frontliners, keeping them like out of the action. It's not quite like taking it down to a 4v5. It does make it much more difficult if you can't play your own role.
And we're going to see a big team fight coming out from the Raiders. That's 3 kills. P-Man, Iron Giant just goes down to Potato Person. P-Man must have escaped. Full legal name wants P-Man to go crazy, the Rock Eater. I don't know what that means, but
having a clue.
A big shout out, full legal name, going crazy in the chat. And just under a minute remaining, BVU White's trying to push. They stun Potato Person. Can they gate him down? But I don't think so. I think, Potato Person going to be able to survive. And boy, that's a huge, just huge no kill there.
Yeah, no, that's tough. That's tough for BV.
All right, let's continue here. Iron Giant takes down Rebels, but Squish Cat and Blix. Oh, here we go. Kicks getting on the action. Atheon goes down, but both tanks are out. A lot of ults out, no tanks.
It's leaving us down to a 1v2, but I think P-Man's gonna looks like he's gonna retreat, which is a good call. You don't usually want to take a 1v2 unless you're absolutely sure that you can win.
Absolutely right. We're down here. The final 5 seconds. We're going to have an overtime period. Potato Person switching back to Reinhardt, and we're letting all the ults fly. Ninja Bear letting the Kitsune Rush go. Seeing how many meters can we push here in overtime. But Squish Cat, Tail Spear, Potato Person with a triple. P-Man trying their best. Atheon down to their final leg, and they're going to go down. I think that's going to be it for BV White, pushing 73.46 meters.
Well, I think that was a much better showing this time. BV really they really brought everything they had to this second game.
And they were playing behind the tank, as you said. Atheon were trying to do their best to deploy those shields, not get hit. Right, you referenced it a little bit earlier, and I think they did a lot of that there in that game too. Unable to make it all the way to the end, but still with 2 points, so not half bad.
No, they got a little bit hung up on that corner at the end. From what I was seeing, it looked almost like they were, they were still playing behind their tanks, but because they were around that corner, the other team was just able to kind of just sit there and just pick them off as they tried to get around. And it just proved to be a big hurdle to surmount.
No, those corners. I mean, those corners are deadly. That's what. If you know, you know. That's what I've heard. And we're gonna see BV White on the defense here, and so essentially just the opposite approach. Yep. We're gonna try to keep out the Raiders from reaching just farther than we did.
Yeah.
And Potato Person switching off. We saw a little bit of Reinhardt, mostly Domina, and now here on offense, the switch into Doomfist. I mean, you gotta just be. I mean, Doomfist is one of those characters. It's kind of like Smash Bros, where you gotta just know the character. I mean, I don't know if you know any characters like that, Lore Crafter, but kind of how this character works.
Sounds about right. Yes, I come from an experience with a very, very different style of game, and a lot of our characters are very similar. So there's not a whole lot of that, but I can imagine how that would make things a little interesting.
All right, and let's get back after it. We're already going to start things up with a triple kill here from the Raiders, and wow, Tails Spear just walks right on in and gets 3 here for Milwaukee School of Engineering, and all of a sudden, this point's going away.
Yeah, that was very fast. It's almost like a blink and you miss it.
Yeah, and already the payload is going to start to be escorted here by the Raiders, and Potato Person and the Doomfist. It seems like it may have been the correct choice.
I would agree. It does seem like that kind of almost volatility is really playing out for them.
And Potato Person trying to get on in. Oh, and absolutely fried. Iron Giant credited with the kill. I didn't even see him. Boy, yeah, I mean, I would die too if I couldn't see anybody.
Yeah, BV is getting some really good picks here, actually. Like, it's taking out, 2 people so far, almost got a third.
Yeah, Atheon now switching on to the Orisa, and Orisa is one of those really good tanks. I mean, they can deflect bullets, right?
Okay.
And they can throw this really cool spear. and pinning an opponent against the wall is always a plus.
I can imagine how. Well, yeah, let's see. Is it from what you're saying? I can imagine how that might be useful in this sort of scenario, especially with that kind of spear type thing, where they're wanting to keep their opponents off and away from this payload. It's gonna make it a lot easier if they can spear them and forcibly keep them away.
All right, and here we go. Atheon trying to put Potato Person on the wall, and can they get him? They're going to pop the ult, trying to take down Potato Person, and they do. Atheon takes him down. Didn't get anybody else, but no more tank.
This is true. I would say trading that ult for that big figure is probably a good exchange.
Yeah, and with no tank, the rest of the Raiders are going to have to regroup and reset. We have just about 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here, barring an objective, crossing the objective. And so with a lot of time left on the table, Potato Person, I didn't even see it earlier, but it switched to Sigma against Orisa. That's an interesting choice. We'll have to give after it. Again, I guess I don't really know my matchup charts like that. Please don't hate me in the comment section if that matchup is actually really good for somebody. I'm not sure. We'll get back after it. Atheon just surviving. Oh, a big beat coming out from Iron Giant. Everybody getting healed. Just trying to survive as long as they can. Got a lot of contesting. Atheon just firing. I don't know where everybody else is at, but nobody has died, interestingly enough. And now things are starting to break. Tailspear gets one. Rebels gets one. Tailspear again. Potato Person. That's 4 kills. And there we go. A team wipe. Almost. P-Man escapes after using their ult. Oh, but no. P-Man's just going to contest here right in front of the objective. Really smart play.
Yeah, that keeps it stalled long enough for the rest of his team to get back there. And one thing I'm noticing, they didn't use a whole lot of ults in that fight. So BV's gonna be sitting here now. They use a lot of theirs, but they're gonna have to be contesting against what looks like 2 ults up.
Yeah, 2 ults up here for the Raiders. So you're right, no ults to 2 could be pretty bad. And if you see that orange diamond, that is where the Raiders have to go. They just have to cross that. Don't have to get to the end. And we're coming up on it here shortly. We're 3.5 minutes remaining. BV White hoping that they can come out of this one and tie things up 1-1. And the Orisa ult from Atheon takes down Tail Spear, but not going to do anything as Potato Person takes down Atheon right after.
I will say one thing I am noticing earlier there, where BV was doing a pretty good job stopping them. It looked to be a very similar thing to what was happening to BV last time, where they were just getting hung up around that corner. So we'll have to see if BV's able to stop them right here at this corner, or if they're going to be able to push. Oh, and they're able to push through.
They were indeed able to push through as MSOE takes here game 2 in almost I would say slightly convincing fashion. I think they had over 2 minutes left. Kicks, though, with your play of the game on Sojourn. Let's go ahead and see what Kicks had up their sleeve. And I think maybe this could have been their ult with the window, but we'll have to find out. Yes, it was. And look at that. There's 1. There's 2 from Kicks. And I think they had a 3rd almost there on Blix. And that is going to end things off again. 2-0 here for the Raiders as we end game 2. But we'll be back here shortly with more Overwatch action. Don't go anywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It is Game 3 on Coliseo, and Lord Crafter, you may not know this if you haven't tuned into some streams lately, but let's look at my main man. Can we go find him? I just want to. Oh my gosh, there he is. Look at him. Look at him. It is Bobby Pushing. My not an official name. That's just what we call him here on stream, because this is our push map.
Awesome. Yeah, I think I've seen this one a little bit. So yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this one they're taking turns basically pushing him back and forth across the map.
Yeah, exactly. And you just got big man Bobby Pushing to help you out with that. And let's get ready to go. I hope you're excited. This is Game 3 Coliseo. It is match point. And BVU White's going to have to win the next 3 in a row if they want to survive in the winner's side here in this NECC playoffs.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So, tell me, because I don't know who's pushing the robot first. Is this gonna be BV pushing first, or is it just whoever gets there?
Unlike our hybrid, it's actually just a free for all essentially. Whoever pushes him. So it's you could take turns essentially, but it's whoever fights and gets control of him first.
All right, sounds good. Well, we can see BV starting to get here in the action. We got Atheon here in the back on tank, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
but
running Zarya on the tank.
Yeah. Oh, and see, we've got him here going around in the back, kind of taking a flank approach. I don't know how we'll see how good that works out for them. But yeah, as you see, he's hitting down. Looks like he's hitting down Potato right now.
Yeah, throwing out some bubbles and stuff. Yes.
See if you can see him take him down. There we see Kix getting up in there down there. Oh, and there goes Kix. Kix is down, but they did get squished earlier.
Yeah, and that was a big pick as you just mentioned. Still a 4-on-4, but both sides losing one, so this team fight's still pretty even as we go into it.
Yeah, although we'll see if this continues. Looks like Iron Giant is low. They're really taking a beating, but yeah. And it looks like they're getting back in there, or P-Man's getting back in there.
Yeah, P-Man running. Oh my goodness, I thought it was Vendetta, but I think it's another name. I can't remember. If it's got a big sword, oh, it is a big sword. All right, that is Vendetta. It's like, let's get some eyes on it.
Yeah, they got their big sword. They're really going for it, seeing if they can get that kill, and it looks like they did.
Yeah, great work there by
killing
P-Man.
Oh, and Squish Cat over there taking some damage. There goes the Vendetta getting in there, seeing if they can get those picks.
Yeah, you're right. Trying to look for some picks here from distance. Trying to just again give advantage with these picks from distance. Oh, but there's Tail Spear.
Yeah. We got someone back here in the back line. My eyes aren't the greatest, so I can't always see exactly who's there. But we do have an enemy in the back line. We see everyone kind of converging back on them, and Atheon taking some damage again, taking some heavy damage. But we'll see how he can do. Oh, and there goes Iron Giant, and Atheon goes down.
Yeah, we saw a Potato Person run the gravity essentially, the Zarya ult. It's really good at putting big clumps of people together, and then usually you have a second ult that helps out. So in this case, Squish Cat with the Reaper Blossom, that's gonna be one of those really great ults that takes out a lot of people that are stuck in the grav. And Atheon is running the same thing right here. Looking for a little bit of something.
Gets down two. See if Blix is low. Seeing if they can take out Blix. Seeing if they can get down the spear here. And it looks like the spear goes down, and that's a team kill. That's good for BV.
Yeah, and as I was mentioning, right, the grav, it brought everybody together, and we didn't see it, but what you're gonna see maybe later down the line, right? Atheon's gonna run this grav, and then P-Man has this huge sword swing ult that pretty much takes down everybody together. So. But these grabs, they're really important. If you miss a grab, so disadvantageous if you can get some value off of it instead.
Yeah, and so here's they're fighting up on that bridge. We got the Zarya still going in, kind of weaving in and out. We got Atheon sitting there, putting in the front, and there goes Kix, and Atheon's fighting for his life here, and there goes Ninja Bear. Iron Giant low, but they're back up now. BV's fighting a downhill battle, but they're holding their ground at least a little bit.
Yeah, and although they got pushed back, Atheon not dying, right? Keeping the tank alive, so essential for trying to come back in this one. And look at that, they're already next to Bobby pushing, and so even without their death, right, it's really hard for the Raiders to push in.
Yeah, they're just kind of dancing back and forth around the robot right now. See if they get into. We see and there goes the Talus Spear. That's a good pick. Seeing if they can take out the Squish Cat. No, it looks like Squish Cat gets away. But that was some big damage. There goes Blix, and they're gonna take out Potato. BV's pushing, and there goes the Rebel, and see if they get the Squish Cat. And there goes the Squish Cat.
Everybody goes down. P-Man with a huge Vendetta ult, doing a lot of damage. And, I mean, Atheon just comes in, right? Kicks, walks in, just takes down the rest of the squishies. They're all so low health after that team fight. And would you look at that? I mean, only one ult, almost two on the table. So pretty much all of our ults being used all the time. So not a lot of pairing with them. But here we go with another ult from Atheon.
It's a big grab. He seems to be caught a lot of them, but P-Man's going down. Atheon taking heavy damage, and there goes Atheon. That's the tank down. That's not a good start for that fight.
Yeah, and that was a really interesting grab. No other ults on the table for PVU, and when they let it go, just didn't have enough value. And as you can see, with no value, now you have no ults. So this is gonna be a really tough couple of fights coming in for BV White.
And if I'm not mistaken, we've still got that Zarya, I believe.
Yes.
So yeah, still getting in there. But yeah, they're just kind of poking each other out again. Get some good damage, get some chip damage in.
And Zarya's so good because she has the laser distance, but also these bubbles. If you're gonna see a lot of bubbles all the time, and that just again, there's a bubble in front of us, just keeping your teammates alive. And unfortunately, we can't do that all the time.
No, they're good. Yeah, that looks like it's gonna be just about a team wipe, but looks like P-Man was able to get out, keep himself at least somewhat alive, so he can contest later and wait for his team to regroup.
And that they did. 2 ults here for the Raiders. BV, we now have 2, almost a third one, so we might see a lot of ults coming in these fights. I hope you're ready for it.
We do. I see Potato also is gonna be having theirs, so that's gonna be 3 ults on each side. Oh, but there goes Ninja Bear. And there's the Iron Giant. So we're down to a 3v1 or a 3v5. Sorry, and there goes the tank.
And slowly but surely, the Raiders they're pushing in. Think of it like just holding the door open, right? Because BV cannot close this door and keep them out. Slowly but surely, they leak in and they just do so much damage. And 3 ults, and no ults even used in that fight, so this could be very detrimental.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah. We'll see if they can. We see Ninja Bear popping the ult, Kicks popping the ult. But no ults yet on the Raiders. That looks like it's a big grab, from the Raiders. And that's gonna pretty much do it for BV. It's gonna be that gravity, really, it's just getting them.
Yeah, I mean, just such a humongous grab from Potato Person. It got all 5 people from BVU, Lore Crafter, all 5. It didn't kill them, but because it repositioned everyone on the team, there's nothing they could do in that team fight, and they all got taken down.
Yeah, but BV's coming back strong. We see the P-Man ult dropping. But we also we see what two more ults that just got used on the Raiders too, and it looks like that's just going to the 2-1 is it's really getting to BV. They don't seem to be coming back from this.
Yeah, a Potato Person just got into the back line. Nobody was there. They used all their ults. Now they're trying to touch, but not gonna be enough this time. And we're going to see Milwaukee School of Engineering take this one 3-0 today here on Coliseo in this match point. And this play of the game is going to be brought to you by Ninja Bear. I saw they were going crazy a little bit earlier. Let's go ahead and watch this one. Running the Kiriko in that last game. And here we go. There's 1, there's 2. And I think, yes, they got a third, almost got a third there from Ninja Bear. And that's going to end things off today. Again, a 3-0 victory for the Raiders. Now, BVY is not done yet this season. They'll still have minimum one more game to play as they go and fight for third place, I think 2 weeks from now on Friday. I'm not sure. Everyone's rescheduling everything. You guys will see it when we're live, so make sure you guys are tuned in on all of our socials and on, of course, our Twitch if you guys want to see more Overwatch gameplay. But for now, I think that's going to be all we have today. I'm the infamous JV Man JV with my main man,